Alright, Dominance. So, the first thing I want to talk with y'all about today is basic internet and sex worker safety 101. Yes, financial domination, being a Findom, participating in this fetish, is considered sex work. If you have an issue with that, this isn't the fetish for you. I'm sorry. My biggest concern nowadays with the safety aspect is that I see so many of y'all jumping into this on Facebook and Twitter and TikTok, and you're using your vanilla profiles with your real names that have public information on them about where you went to school, where you work, it lists all your friends, all your family members, your hometown, all of this shit. You are basically doxing yourself. Okay? And all it takes is one rejected sub. One time waster who didn't get to waste enough of your time. One person that you've rubbed the wrong way to go and start messaging your friends, messaging your family members, contacting your place of business, contacting your children's schools, that kind of stuff. It happens all the time. I was actually doxxed last summer by somebody that I used to know and be friends with in the vanilla world. We had a mild falling out. It wasn't even anything that I considered to be a big deal. We just parted ways. And 5 years later, she stumbled across my Findom TikTok and then approached my father-in-law at a pub in front of all of his snooker buddies and started telling him that I do disgusting things with men for money on the internet, and blew it completely out of proportion. Now, my father-in-law already knew what I do for a living. He doesn't have a problem with it. But his buddies didn't know. And they didn't need to know. And he didn't deserve to be dragged into it. He didn't deserve to be embarrassed in public. So it not only affected me, had he not known, but it greatly affected him and it greatly impacted him. And he didn't deserve that. Because he didn't choose to be a part of this community. He didn't choose to be a part of this industry or this lifestyle. That wasn't fair to him. So even if your family knows what you're doing, they still don't deserve to be dragged into it against their consent. They still don't deserve to be made an unwilling participant. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's not fair to them, and that's not fair to y'all. So I highly recommend you make a brand new email address. Okay, first off, pick a name. Do a little bit of research. Make sure there's not somebody else online using the same name. I mean, obviously, some names are just going to kind of overlap. If you want to go with Mistress Misty or Mistress Christy, there's probably going to be 137 of them on Twitter already. But you can at least make sure that they're not, famous or well-established or copyrighted. I mean, some of the more well-known dominants have literally copyrighted their names and their trademarks. So you want to make sure you're not stepping on any toes in that aspect. So pick a name, create a brand new email, create brand new profiles on all the social media platforms that you want to use, and don't give out too much personal information on those. If you are willing and looking to do in person, if you want to cross over from Findom into Prodom, and you want to do in-person sessions at hotels or Airbnbs or dungeons, and you want people to know your location so they can book with you, by all means you can put your location, but I definitely recommend not putting the actual location of where you live. So if you live, I grew up in the Houston area of Texas, okay, I'm in the UK now, but let's say you lived in Clear Lake or Pearland. I would put Houston down as my location because it's a much larger city. It's much harder to pinpoint who I am and where I might live. And trust me, predators and perverts are fucking internet detectives when they want to be. So you really do need to be careful and protect yourselves. Okay? No amount of money is really worth putting your life in danger. Financial domination and professional dominating, that's not the type of sex work that people get into for survival sex work. Okay, I full respect for survival sex workers. They don't have a choice. They put themselves in extremely risky situations, and they have to in order to survive. But that's not what Findom is. So protect yourselves, please. So yeah, I mean, I really just want y'all to stay safe. Stay safe, please. I don't just see a lot of y'all posting from vanilla profiles where we can see all of your personal information, but you're also posting from, say, on Facebook, from a vanilla profile with your children in the profile pic or in the cover photo, or just plastered all over your wall from public posts, and then you go and post in Findom and even other fetish groups. That's not smart, and it's not safe. You're putting your children at risk every single time you do that. There are child predators lurking in these groups, hoping there are minors posting in them, hoping that the people posting in them will give them access to their children via their profiles, and that's exactly what you're doing. So please, I cannot stress this enough. Make a new profile. Make a new profile.